guitar friends, Larry Tamanini back again for Jazz Guitar Under 5 Minutes. We might go over today because I've gotten a lot of requests to make my lessons longer. So I'm going to try to do it. You know, sometimes I feel artists are pressed into condensing their ideas. You know, we're all living in an age of short attention span bebop theater, so it's refreshing that people would like to hear longer lines, right? So what you just heard me play and what I'm here to talk about today is getting out of a tune. Intros and endings are generally the hardest part for any intermediate guitar player because a lot of the times that's the only part of the song that's not written down. You kind of have to have some stage acumen and some tune acumen to be able to learn how to end tunes. It took me a long time, and I'm really glad I had a good 7 or 8 years of just going to sessions and learning from other players and maybe kind of getting spot duty to end tunes and be able to, you know, have to be responsible for ending a song. At Ortlieb's, we had Pete Souders who knew a bunch of tunes and really knew a lot of intros and endings. And sometimes the scariest spot that I could be in was playing a tune I really didn't know that well, and then Pete would maybe disappear during one of the long, you know, there'd be a lot of soloists. So he would go and, you know, maybe go talk to somebody at the bar, or it would be a long time. And he owned the place, so he had work to do. There were a couple times where I guess he was in his office and I had to steer the ship, and that was a great learning experience. So you want to start out with what I did, and that was, you know, songs that sort of have a built-in ending. A lot of these songs aren't written down, but what you have is something like, if we're in the key of G, you're going to be playing that 2-5, and it goes up to a 3-6, right? That's just B minor and E7. And it's going to do that generally 3 times is the magic number. So you play through the tune, you play through the whole A, and then it's up to you to, you know, land the ship in the harbor, right? What I ended up trying to do here is to play really simple ideas with the mindset that, again, once I got to that third go-around, I wanted to play something very clean and very distinct that I was ending the song, you know. So let's start with that first. You know, it always helps to start at the end when you're learning how to end songs. It's almost like selective dyslexia. I like to read magazines backwards. This is kind of part of that. So before I did all that other stuff, I played this, right? I also played a little cadenza, which I'm going to talk about at the end, obviously, but let's just talk about that line. This is a real simple line that goes right up the scale. I start on an E note. I go from that E to an A, straight up the octaves, down to that F sharp, which is my third of D7, big daddy note, big butter note that's going to pull me right to this G. Now before I got to that last part, I had a couple other bars, a couple other sequences that I played through. Now I probably played... Let's talk about that line. Again, this was a 4-bar phrase designed not to get me to the 1, to set me up to go back to my 2. Really important, right? If I'm playing a line that's going to my 1 when I'm supposed to be going to my 2, gonna have a bad time. So I love to start, it's kind of like a Dexter Gordon lick. You know, just coming down off the 9th, right? And I end again magically on that G sharp, which is my third of E7. Then, my second time through, I wanted to play like a patterned idea. So I played, you know, right? There's that line. So I played a really cool line, right? It's kind of like bebop recycle. Bebop! I started off my third, and I played that same exact line when I got to my B minor 7 flat 5, but I didn't start on my third, I started on my flat 5. There's the third of that E7. And then I play this, right? To let everybody know that I'm ending the song. You really have to be able to play something for the band to let them know how you're going to end the tune. If you're playing with a singer, it's great because usually they do like the one hand up thing to let you know that this is where it's going to happen. Well, you're an instrumentalist, and as a guitar player, you can't do the one hand thing, or it looks like you're a rock and roller, which is cool. Maybe you can try that on a jazz gig. So I play this line, right? To let everybody know, and then I play this real pretty G. It's like a G6 9 chord, right? Real pretty sound. If I want to get the F sharp in there, I could do that too. So what I like to do here is I'm thinking half steps, whole steps. I do my little, after I get to that, I play the chord. Now I'm going to play a little cadenza. The cadenza that I played is a really cool triad lick. Let's go through that again, right? It's a G triad up to an A triad, right? And then I play that first inversion, back to the first inversion of the A. Oops. You can go up here. I can also, I like to go for the harmonic up there. It's kind of a cool idea. I love using triads as cadenzas. A lot of people base their entire improv method off of triads. And like, that's cool. I think it's great to have understand a little bits of a lot of different kind of methods to formulate your own thing. People that end up doing the whole triad thing and everything they do has the triad effect. It almost sounds like everything they play is like when you uncover a secret in Legend of Zelda, where you get that, right? That kind of sound. It's a really hip sound, but after a while, I don't know, it just really doesn't do it for me. But it's perfect on these cadenzas, just like I played here. Right, real pretty. Just a G triad and an A triad. You know, some colleges will charge you $75,000 a year to learn that whole thing over the course of 4 years. Just kidding. So I hope you like this, right? What did we talk about? How to get out of a tune. It's really tough when you're steering the ship by yourself, you know? So you just know that once you're getting stuck on one of these tunes that has a built-in ending, you're going to have to steer the ship a little bit, but you want to steer it until the third time you can end it. Be very distinct how you're ending that song. End with a chord, finish with a cadenza. Or Tony Danza. Hey, I hope you like this video. I put up all different kinds of content, whether it be from gigs or here from the gig simulator or lessons. I hope you like this. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I try to put up new content every week. Thanks for the amazing feedback. Keep swinging. Bebop!